Interpreting facial expressions, anger and fear.
Context is everything. The difference between an angry facial expression and a fearful one is subtle as using facial expressions to distinguish between a liberal and a conservative, or for that matter, the saved and the damned. Dogs know this. Cats know it too. They know that it is smell that distinguishes people one from another, and they recognize that it is a person's voice and body language that reveals emotions and intent.
Context is everything. For example, the facial expressions of these two people are very similar. The context tells you which one is angry and which one is scared. Beyond context, you can see that the frightened man's eyes are wide open, while the angry woman has narrowed eyes and a furrowed brow.
Narrowed eyes can be angry eyes. Narrowed eyes are shaped toward a focal point. Narrowed eyes are determined. They have clarity of purpose. They are bent on an outcome. Their intent is evident. Wide eyes, on the other hand, can be frightened eyes. The wide-eyed look signifies alertness. Wide eyes search for possibilities. The lens of the eye is unflexed, thus widening the person's field of vision. Wide eyes attend to possibilities. They search for clarity and are open to fight or flight.
The look of fear can become a look of revulsion, which in turn can become a look of disgust. Revulsion can be a wide-eyed look, a look of fear and simultaneous withdrawal. Disgust comes with the recognition that the object of revulsion is putrid. It is an expression with the eyes squinting, the nostrils closed, and the jaw clenched, as if all gateways to the body are shut to keep the putrid offender out.
Human facial expressions are continuously changing, merging one into another, relaying subtleties of thought and emotion in a parade of expressions that make it nearly impossible to assign to a person any one single emotion. Now, the faces of many animals never seem to change, no matter what they are thinking, and are therefore poor indicators of the animal's emotional state. It is body language that reveals an animal's true interests and intentions, and this brings us back to context.
Sometimes the best way to see how facial expressions exhibit different emotions is to look at very different facial expressions in the same context. Looking at people who react the same way to the same context can lull us into making facile and overly simplistic conclusions. Take, for example, this young man who is strapped to a speeding rocket. He is afraid, and his senses are on edge. His muscles are tensed and ready for fight or flight. Yet, when you contrast him with somebody else who is more relaxed and friendly, and who is every bit as alert, but obviously not afraid, you have to conclude that context and facial expression explain one another, and that each is a facet of a total situation that is unique in itself. Context is everything.